Friday night traffic in LA. I already had to restart this because of an awesome motorcycle outside, but it's okay. I'm happy. Happy thoughts. Hey, I'm standing. No more ball. I like this. I like how it looks on camera better. I like how I feel. I have more energy because I'm able to be upright and I'm not cramped. I might bring back the ball because I like bouncing on it every once in a while, but this feels pretty good. We'll see how I like it at the end of a long wiki read though, and if I want to I can just sit anyway, it doesn't matter. So we're doing Spaceballs today, which I should have done a long time ago. Viewer request. Actually, you know what? Technically, oh yeah, no, it was a request. One Comet 850 over in the community poll for Star Wars versus Star Trek versus Starbucks. One Comet was upset that Spaceballs was not on the list, and yeah, I took the cheap route. I just chose another thing with Star in it. Spaceballs was 100% the correct third option that I should have given, and I would have selected that one, but we're going to do a wiki read instead of me placing it there. I'm gonna have fun with this one. Mel Brooks, as some of you know, is one of my favorite actors, directors, writers, producers. The guy does it all. Dancers. He danced in that one show that he had before he even started creating movies, before the history of the world and everything. Sorry, I didn't even get into that. I'm sure we're not reading about Mel Brooks, we're reading about Spaceballs, but I should probably do a Mel Brooks wiki read. Also, feel like I have more energy when I'm standing, so I like this. Like, I'm able to move around, and dude, look at this. I can just walk. This is nice. I dig it. Okay, where were we? Oh, Spaceballs. That's right. I was gonna say one other thing, and I forgot what it was. Spaceballs. No, I forgot. Let's read about it. Spaceballs. Spaceballs is a 1987 American space opera parody film co-written, produced, and directed by Mel Brooks. It is primarily a parody of the original Star Wars trilogy, but also parodies other sci-fi films and popular franchises including Star Trek, Alien, The Wizard of Oz 2001, and Planet of the Apes. The film stars Bill Pullman, John Candy, and Rick Moranis, with the supporting cast comprising Daphne Zuniga, Dick Van Patten, George Weiner, Laureen Yarnell, and the voice of Joan Rivers. In addition to Brooks playing a dual role, the film also features Brooks regulars Dom DeLuise and Rudy DeLuca in cameo appearances. In Spaceballs, heroic mercenary Lone Star Pullman and his alien sidekick Barf Candy rescue Princess Vespa, Daphne Zuniga of Druidia, and her droid Dot Matrix. I didn't know that was Dot's last name. Yarnell, voiced by Rivers, from being captured by the Spaceballs led by President Scroob Brooks, who want to use Vespa as ransom to obtain Druidia's heir for their own planet. However, the heroes get stranded on a desert moon where they encounter the wise Yogurt, also Brooks, who teaches Star about the metaphysical power known as the Schwartz. Meanwhile, Spaceball commanders Dark Helmet Moranis and Colonel Sanders Weiner led the search for them, but are hindered by their own incompetence. The film was released by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer on June 24th, 1987. Despite initially getting a mixed reception from critics and audiences, it has since become a cult classic and is now one of Brooks's most popular and well-known films. The plot. I'm already smiling thinking of anyway. Planet Spaceball, led by the incompetent President Scroob, has squandered all of its fresh air. Scroob schemes to force King Roland of the neighboring planet Druidia to give them the code to the shield that protects Druidia, allowing them to steal all their air by kidnapping his daughter Princess Vespa on the day of her arranged marriage to the narcoleptic Prince Valium. Scroob sends the villainous Dark Helmet to complete this task with Spaceball 1, an impossibly huge ship commanded by Colonel Sanders. Before they can arrive, and by the way, it's Colonel Sanders spelled Sandurz. Before they can arrive, Vespa abandons her wedding and flees the planet in her Mercedes spaceship with her droid of honor, Dot Matrix. Roland contacts mercenary Lone Star and his Mog, half-man, half-dog companion Barf, offering a lucrative reward to retrieve Vespa before she is captured. Lone Star readily accepts, as he is in major debt to gangster Pizza the Hut. In their Winnebago spaceship, Eagle 5, Lone Star and Barf are able to reach Vespa before Spaceball 1, rescue both her and Dot, then escape. Spaceball 1 tries to follow at light speed, but Helmet orders the ship to ludicrous speed, causing it to overshoot the escapees by a large distance, and I can't believe we got to now educate people that are Tesla enthusiasts that don't know where ludicrous speed actually came from. It's this. It's from Spaceballs, dude. Ludicrous speed is from Spaceballs. I hope you saw the movie like I asked you to on the last video. It's one of the best scenes ever. Out of fuel. Sorry, waiting for this motorcycle. Out of fuel, Lone Star is forced to crash land on the nearby desert moon of Vega. The group travels on foot in order to evade the Spaceballs, but they eventually pass out under the blazing sun. They are found by the Dinks, a group of diminutive, sparkly brown-clad aliens, and are taken to a cave occupied by the sage Yogurt, who introduces the group and the audience to the film's merchandising campaign. Yogurt later teaches Lone Star about the metaphysical power known as the Schwartz, and gives him a ring which can be used to control the upside of the Schwartz. During this time, Lone Star and Vespa develop romantic feelings for each other, but Vespa insists she can only marry a prince. Helmet and Sanders break the fourth wall by using a VHS copy of Spaceballs to discover Vespa's location, and Helmet orders Spaceball 1 to go to the moon of Vega. When Helmet discovers Yogurt's lair, he lures Vespa out by pretending to be Roland and captures both her and Dot, taking them back to planet Spaceball. He then threatens to reverse Vespa's nose job, forcing Roland to reveal the code to I knew I would have a hard time with this. Taking them back to planet Spaceball. He threatens to reverse Vespa's nose job, forcing Roland to reveal the code to Druidia's shield. Helmet and Sanders take Spaceball 1 to Druidia, while Lone Star and Barf rescue Vespa and Dot from the Spaceballs prison complex. When they arrive at Druidia, Spaceball 1 transforms into Mega Maid, a Statue of Liberty-like colossal robot made with a vacuum cleaner. The vacuum is activated and begins sucking the air off of the planet. When the vacuum bag is almost full, Lone Star uses the Schwartz to reverse the vacuum, blowing the air back onto the planet. The group then enters Mega Maid and attempts to destroy it. Lone Star and Helmet fight using lightsaber-like weapons created by their Schwartz rings until the former loses his ring. But it's the way they fight that's important, just as a note from me. Yogurt speaks to Lone Star, telling him that the ring was a Cracker Jack box prize and that the real Schwartz is inside of him. Lone Star defeats Helmet, causing him to involuntarily strike the self-destruct button. Lone Star and his friends escape the ship, while Scroob, Helmet, and Sanders fail to reach any escape pods in time, trapping them in the robot's head as the ship explodes. They subsequently crash land on a nearby planet, much to the chagrin of its Planet of the Apes-like population. With Lone Star's debt to Pizza nullified by the gangster's untimely death, he returns Vespa to Roland and leaves, taking only enough money to cover his expenses. After a lunch break at a diner and a strange incident involving an alien and an astronaut similar to the events in Alien, Lone Star finds a final message from Yogurt informing him that the medallion necklace Lone Star has been wearing reveals that he is a prince and thus eligible to marry Vespa. He reaches Druidia in time to stop her wedding to Valium, announces his royal lineage, then marries Vespa. The final scene shows Eagle 5 flying off into the stars, the glowing exhaust revealing a message to the audience. May the Schwartz be with you. I don't know why I always mess up the last sentence in the plot. And then the cast, they kind of said it earlier, but I'll go through it. Bill Pullman is Lone Star mercenary who travels the galaxy and is flying 1986 Winnebago Chieftain 33 Eagle 5. He is a parody of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. John Candy as Barf, R.I.P. Lone Star's Mog, half-man, half-dog sidekick. He's a parody of Chewbacca. Daphne Zuniga as Princess Vespa, the spoiled princess of the planet Druidia. She is a parody of Princess Leia. Joan Rivers as the voice of Dot Matrix, also R.I.P. Princess Vespa's droid of honor and guardian. She is a parody of C-3PO. Laureen Yarnell provided Dot Matrix's on-screen physical performance. Man, must have been very thin. Rick Moranis as Dark Helmet, Spaceballs' short-statured, bratty, and often childish chief enforcer who can wield the downside of the Schwartz. He is a parody of Darth Vader. I don't remember that the light and dark sides of the Force being called the upside and the downside. That's hilarious. You know, this is a conversation for another time, but I was just thinking the other side, the concept of the Force, like the light and dark sides, it's stupid, right? It's a stupid concept. Who would want to be on the dark side? Like, admitting you're bad, something about that is flawed. I feel like in reality it would just be like, it would be two sides and both of them are light. Both people think they're on the light side of the Force, but neither, you know, and then there's plot points and blah blah blah. Does that make sense? The dark side, it's weird. It's weird to say, like, I'm the bad guy. I choose the bad guy, the Force. I'm beating a dead horse. Mel Brooks as Yogurt, the wise and powerful keeper of the Schwartz. He is a parody of Yoda. President Scroob, the incompetent leader of planet Spaceball. He is a parody of Emperor Palpatine, with his Scroob being an anagram of Brooks. I never noticed that. George Weiner as Colonel Sanders. Hold on. George Weiner as Colonel Sanders, the commander of Spaceball 1. He is a parody of Grand Moff Tarkin, and his name is a reference to Colonel Sanders. Dick Van Patten as King Roland, the ruler of planet Druidia and Princess Vespa's father. Michael Winslow as a radar technician on Spaceball 1 who can reenact the radar's sounds. Michael Winslow was known for his sounds that he did with his mouth, and he was also, for those of you that have seen Police Academy, played, what was his name? I forgot his name, but he was in Police Academy, and that's where he got, I believe, his start. I believe he got famous in that, and then Spaceballs. I could be wrong, though. Ronnie Graham as the Minister. Jim J. Bullock as Prince Valium, a narcoleptic prince. I didn't even recall that Jim J. Bullock played him. Jim J. Bullock was, he was an actor from the 80s. He was also on sitcoms. I'm trying to think. I'm mixing him up with David Leisure. I feel like Jim J. Bullock was in Toyota commercials, Isuzu commercials. No, that's also David. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Leslie Beavis, strong name, love it, as Commanderette Zircon. We're getting into the weeds here. Sandy Helberg as Dr. Irving Schlotkin. Brenda Strong as Nurse Gretchen, Dr. Schlotkin's assistant. Dom DeLuise as the voice of Pizza the Hutt, a Hutt crime lord made out of pizza. He is a parody of Jabba the Hutt, and his name is a reference to Pizza Hut. And yes, you gotta see the movie to see Pizza the Hutt. It is exactly what it just described. It's a dude made of pizza. Just go see it. Rudy DeLuca as Vinny, Pizza's robotic subordinate. He is a parody of the 80s TV personality Max Headroom. Oh, awesome, Max Headroom. Rhonda Shear as a waitress. It's a waitress, but I like waitress. A waitress is what a waitress would be in the Matrix. Rhonda, oh, I already said Rhonda Shear. Rhonda Shear. She did Up All Night on USA, I think. Right? The USA, Up All Night, dude, hitting you with the 90s, the early 90s facts. John Hurt makes a cameo appearance, credited as himself parodying his character Gilbert Kane's death in the film Alien. I didn't even realize that was John Hurt. This is an amazing wiki. Various actors and comedians appear in unnamed roles, with Sal Viscuso, Michael can't pronounce that, Panuski, wait for a motorcycle. Stephen Tobolowsky, Robert Prescott, Tom Dressen, Rick Dukeman. I remember Rick Dukeman from Gremlins and his stand-up. Rob Paulson, that's like Robert Paulson from Fight Club, right? Tommy Swerdlow and Tim Russ, all appearing as soldiers of Dark Helmet. Additional unnamed appearances include Day Young as a waitress, Jack Riley as a newsman, Ken Olfson as the head usher, and Brian O'Byrne, that's a hell of a name, BryanObyrne, as an organist. Denise and Diane Gallup, and Charlene and Marlene. Oh, okay, cool. Ed Gale, Felix Silla, Tony Cox, Antonio Hoyos, Arturo Gill, and John Kennedy Hayden appear as the Dinks based on the Jawas. Production. When Brooks developed Spaceballs, he wanted his parody to be as close to the original as possible. Even though the yogurt character, Mel Brooks, mentions merchandising in the film, Brooks's deal with George Lucas on parodying Star Wars was that no Spaceballs action figures be made. According to Brooks, Lucas said, "Your action figures are going to look like mine." I said, "Okay." However, this agreement inspired Mel Brooks to write yogurt's merchandising scene. Brooks also had Lucas's company handle the post-production, saying, I was playing ball with the people who could have said no." Lucas later sent Brooks a note saying how much he loved the film, including its story structure, and that he was afraid he would bust something from laughing. That's awesome. Pullman got the part of Lone Star when Brooks and his wife Anne Bancroft saw him in a play. He had never seen Star Wars prior to filming. Whoa. Brooks had been unsuccessfully trying to sign on big-name actors such as Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks for the film. Pullman said, "I think Mel was hurt that they didn't take him up on it, but then it attracted two of the big comics at the time, John Candy and Rick Moranis." Absolutely. Once that was secured, then he said, "Heck, I'll get somebody nobody knows," and I got a chance to do it. That's really, really cool. Zuniga initially found Brooks's film parodies too crass and not too funny, but after working with Brooks, she said, "I have this image of Mel as totally wacko and out of touch. And out to lunch. Sorry, same thing. And he is, but he's also really perceptive, real sensitive in ways that make actors respond." Music. Unofficial soundtrack was released on Atlantic Records on LP, CD, and cassette, featuring many of the songs heard in the film, as well as 3 score cues by frequent Brooks collaborator John Morris. The track list is as follows: Spaceballs, the main theme by John Morris. My Heart Has a Mind of Its Own by Jeffrey Osborne and Kim Carnes. The song was made into a hit in 1990 by Sally Moore. Heartstrings by Berlin. Spaceballs Love Theme instrumental, John Morris. The Winnebago Crashes, the Spaceballs Build Mega Made, John Morris. Spaceballs by the Spinners. We're the Spaceballs. Hot Together, the Pointer Sisters. Good Enough by Van Halen. How dare I butcher that. Wanna Be Loved by You. Lady Fire, Raise Your Hands by Bon Jovi is also used prominently in the film. Nice. In 2000, I should read about I don't know. I haven't read about any. It's going to be weird when I decide to finally read about music people, who I'm going to include, who I'm not. Raise Your Hands by Bon Jovi is also used. I just read that. In 2006, La La Land Records released Spaceballs, the 19th anniversary edition CD of the film's score, with bonus tracks of alternate takes and tracks not used in the film. Release. Starting with box office, the film had an estimated $22.7 million budget and ultimately grossed $38. I just said grossed $38. Wait for it. This is going to be way more than $30. Watch this. And ultimately grossed $38,119,483 during its run in the United States, taking in $6,613,083. Guys, why can't I do numbers right now? I'm like that one guy from that meme. Did I even say the first one right? Ultimately grossed $38,119,483 during its run in the United States, taking in $6,613,837 on its opening weekend, finishing beyond Dragnet. I'm gonna have a good time editing this, re-listening to what the hell I just said, because I'm like stumbling. I think I've been up for too long, too much caffeine. Critical reception. The film has received mixed reviews from critics. Rotten Tomatoes, they can go, you know what I say they can go and do. Rotten Tomatoes reports that as of 2021, 56% of critics have given positive reviews based on 43 reviews with an average rating of 6.4 out of 10. The site's consensus reads, "There's fine spoofery and amusing characters in Spaceballs, though it's a far cry from Mel Brooks' peak era." At another review aggregator, Metacritic, which assigns a rating out of 100 top reviews from mainstream critics, the film received an average score of 46% based on 14 reviews. Whatever. Many critics agreed that, while it was funny, doing a Star Wars parody 10 years after the original film, which makes it even funnier, had been released, seemed pointless because they're dumb. Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 2.5 stars out of 4 and remarked, "I enjoyed a lot of the movie, but I kept thinking I was at a revival. It should have been made several years ago, before our appetite for Star Wars satires had been completely exhausted." The film won Worst Picture at the 1987 Stinkers Bad Movie Awards. I love it. Get rid of that. Home media. Spaceballs was first made available on VHS and Laserdisc in February 1988. They were re-released in the late 1990s. The VHS edition was issued twice. The latter edition was presented in widescreen. Meanwhile, the Laserdisc... I'm just going to skim through this really quick to see if I give a shit. Usually I don't care about home media stuff. Making of documentary, collectible making of booklet. The film was released in the collector's edition on May 3rd, 2005. The edition contained more extras, including the documentary and the video conversation about the making of the film with Brooks and Thomas Meehan. On August 7th, 2012, the 25th anniversary edition was released on Blu-ray, containing many of the same bonus features as the 2005 DVD release, with the addition of a new featurette. An Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of the film was released on April 12, 2021 by Kano Lorber, with all the special features from previous home video releases included in other media. A novelization for the film was released on June 1st, 1987. Spaceballs was developed into an animated television show which debuted in September 2008 as Spaceballs, the animated series on G4 and Super Channel. I remember that. Moranis claimed in a 2013 interview that he and Brooks had discussed a potential sequel, with Moranis pitching the title Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2. That is so funny. However, he and Brooks were unable to structure a deal that would allow the project to move forward. Man, that bums me out so bad. In February 2015, Brooks said that he would like to make a sequel to be released after the next Star Wars film, and hopes that Moranis would reprise his role. The proposed film, Brooks said, may be called Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, which would be hilarious because that is a throwback to the merchandising scene for those that haven't seen it. However, However, in February 2020, Bill Pullman said during an interview with Daily Blast Live, "It's up to Mel. Ask him if he has too much money, and that's why he doesn't do it." Ask him if he has too much money. Oh, wow. In the episode Robot Chicken Star Wars of the American adult sketch comedy television series Robot Chicken, the segment George Lucas, waiting for a motorcycle. In the episode Robot Chicken Star Wars of the American adult sketch comedy television series Robot Chicken, the segment George Lucas at the convention features a Star Wars fan wearing a barf costume from Spaceballs. Moranis vocally reprised his role as Dark Helmet in the episode Spaceballs of the American sitcom The Goldbergs. Alright, impact. Spaceballs has made an impact on popular culture and been used as a referent, never seen that before, and inspiration in other properties. Tesla, hey, here we go. I referenced this earlier. Tesla Motors has used Spaceballs starship speeds, light speed, ridiculous speed, ludicrous speed, plaid speed, as inspiration for naming their acceleration modes. In homage to Spaceballs, Tesla has ludicrous mode for acceleration beyond its insane mode, and plaid mode over top ludicrous. As part of its merchandising, the Boring Company sold 20,000 flamethrowers in 2018, inspired by the Spaceballs merchandising scene. I completely forgot about that. The Spaceballs flamethrower. Props. A 1/12th scale model of the Winnebago Eagle 5 was auctioned on December 11th, 2018. The model was created by film special effects designer Grant McCune, who also created models for Star Wars and Star Trek. The model makes an appearance early in the film with the introduction of Barf and Lone Star. The model, along with other special effects artifacts from then current films such as Masters of the Universe and Jaws: The Revenge, was displayed at Chicago's Museum of Science and Industry in the summer of 1988. And with that, my friends, oh shit, I didn't put in a trivia question, man. Okay, let's go through and look through a trivia question really quick. You know what? Hey, screw it, I'm just gonna go in from right over here. Who played He-Man in the Masters of the Universe movie? Is that too easy? Okay, no. Give me... Okay, I got this one. This one's gonna be obscure, kind of. This one, you're gonna have to get into my brain to answer this one, and if you get it right, I'm gonna pin you to the top, okay? You gotta get in my brain. I'm looking for a movie line, and you gotta guess which one it is. I'm not even gonna tell you. This is gonna be crazy. First of all, you gotta tell me, you gotta figure out who the lead was in Masters of the Universe, who played He-Man in the movie, the 1980s movie Masters of the Universe. Once you figure that out, I want you to tell me what you think that actor's most famous line ever was, okay? And I gotta say, there shouldn't be too many, so you gotta figure it out, alright? And then tell me, and then I'll pin it to the top. You movie buffs will know what I'm talking about. Give me that actor's most famous line that he ever delivered. Sorry, I hope this doesn't drown you out. Me out. Okay, hopefully that car is done shifting, and I am out. I am going to another place where I won't be recording any footage, but I'm going to be recording video game stuff. And I know I keep saying it, but any day now, sometime, I'm assuming over the next 3 or 4 days, I'm going to be unveiling the gaming channel, and you guys can go there for button-only clicking sounds and no whispering, no nothing, just gaming with button clicking sounds. And that's going to be really cool, I think. Okay, I will talk to you guys in the comments. Enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. This was good, by the way. I like standing. Let me know what you think, if you were okay with the standing or not.